Hello Year 11. This is one of the small sections of video that is concerning cloning, okay, and one of the types of cloning. This type of cloning that we're going to be looking at, this video is on the school network. So what I've done is I'm videoing the video, okay, so that you can access it, so you can see it. This is all about cloning Dolly the sheep. Now, you may have heard about Dolly the sheep, okay, and this particular type of cloning that we're going to be looking at, okay, is called adult cell cloning, okay. So there are several different types of cloning that we're going to be covering in this lesson. One is about tissue culture, one is about taking a cutting, one is cloning adult cells, okay, so just like Dolly the sheep, and the last method is embryo transplants. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to play this video through. Please don't be worried about any terminology that you hear as we go through. I will explain that towards the end, okay? But just watch the video through so you can see how Dolly was created.
This animation outlines the process the Roslin Institute scientists followed to create Dolly, the world's first mammal to be cloned from cells taken from an adult Dorset ewe. To help you follow the process, we have labelled the parent sheep, Sheep 1 and Sheep 2. Note that Sheep 1, the ewe to be cloned, has a white face, a fact that was used to help check that cloning was successful. The first step involved taking cells from the udder of Sheep 1 and culturing them in a gel to create a batch of identical cells. In the course of culturing these cells, they were deliberately deprogrammed to let these cells regain their potential to become totipotent, to form any cell needed in the future clone, and not simply another cell from a ewe's udder. This single achievement marked a significant breakthrough.
So they were stem cells.
Meanwhile, an egg or ovum was removed from Sheep 2, a black-faced female Scottish ewe, to be prepared for implantation. Using techniques developed in human fertilization treatments conducted at a microscopic level, the nucleus from the Sheep 2's ovum was removed, or enucleated, to make sure that none of Sheep 2's DNA and genotype could be passed on to the next generation. Once the ovum had been enucleated, it was then fused with a cell from the Sheep 1 culture of deprogrammed udder cells. In effect, emulating the process of a sperm entering the egg, but with both copies of the chromosomes coming from the same parent sheep, Sheep 1. So the newly fertilized egg is genetically identical with this single parent. Once fusion had taken place, chemical factors in the egg are released to stimulate cell division. Once the cells had multiplied sufficiently to form the makings of an embryo, the new cell cluster was transplanted into the womb of a third sheep, which we will call Sheep 3, for a 21-week gestation period. In total, 277 attempts were made to fuse the adult cells with enucleated eggs. Only one survived. Dolly was born on the 5th of July 1996 by caesarean section and was found to be genetically identical to Sheep 1, from whose udder her DNA originated. Dolly lived until the 14th of February 2003, when she was put down suffering from a progressive lung disease.
So this is, as we said, called adult cell cloning. Since they did that experiment, they have been able to clone multiple different types of mammal in particular. They started off with farm animals because the idea was that we could clone a particular type of animal, create an entire flock or entire field, a herd of those animals, okay, to be able to produce food in a cheap and efficient manner that was all consistent in terms of quality. They've also been able to clone monkeys. They've cloned dogs. So in America, pet dogs and cats, okay, you can pay hundreds of thousands of pounds, okay, to have your pet dog who has passed away, okay, cloned so that they bring them back. Unfortunately, this type of experiment gives a bad name to some of the science involved in cloning, because the animal, when it's brought back, even though it may look exactly the same as the animal that passed away, okay, is never going to behave in the same way unless it is treated exactly the same as the original animal had been. So I will record some other videos that are like this and put them together. They might be as separate videos rather than trying to edit them and put them all together as one. Thank you.